everything, building, like, whatever.
You know, the unknown patient.
Which one is the iPad?
iPads on Facebook.
Oh, it's on Facebook, yeah.
Peace, love, and black empowerment. Welcome back to Mile High News, family. This is episode number 41, our live show. Welcome. That's right. So, as always, I want to say thank you to our viewers, thank you to our subscribers, thank you to our donators to the Unity community and Mile High News. And I just want to touch on what we're doing out there in Unity community now. We've got merch. If you see our brother Sharif in the merch, and we got some merch right here. So what we're doing is we will be for donations that are $20 and over. We will be giving you guys a Unity community T-shirt. And for donations for $30 and over, we got the hoodies. So we got the clothing line coming up pretty soon. And as y'all can see, we're trying to get it in, family. We're sorry, technical difficulties. We're building out there, and we're trying to get an income to do this. We have a lot of people that donate to other stupid issues that don't even matter for us as a people. But me trying to build a black community, I get $30 or $40 or $50. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not mad about that because we can do it on our own. But I'm trying to build a community, so I can't just be the only one donating. I can't just be the only one into it. You know what I'm saying? And just look at what we're doing out there at Unity Community. I put it up and I posted. And let's do something, because now, as y'all can see, family, they're still killing us. We got our brother Jacob Blake, and he didn't get killed, but it's still happening. Everybody
Paralyzed.
thinks, he's paralyzed. That's right, from the waist down. But as y'all can see, we're still going through this, and it doesn't matter about the marching. It doesn't matter about all of this, because they're still doing it. They're still showing you that they don't care, because we're still dying. So it's time for a different approach, and that's exactly what we're doing out here with Unity Community. I feel that we really need to separate ourselves, family. And if we don't, then it's time to really get ready for the other stuff that can happen, and that's going to be full all-out war. And as a people, I feel that we are not prepared for that. We're not prepared for that yet, because we can't even organize our dollars yet. How are we going to organize ourselves to defend our people from annihilation? You know what I'm saying? So, we really got to focus on that. I'm not guilt-tripping anybody, or if you don't donate, you don't care about our people. But, if you can't donate, like I always say, donate your resources. Donate your pushing the share button and letting people know what's going on and what we're doing here at Mile High News. So, I just want to send shout out to our sister, Bantu Queen Blackbird. We are broadcasting in Zambia, Africa on the Bantu Network. So shout out to all our people out there. If you guys been tuning in, we've been touching on a lot of issues out there. We've been getting a lot of feedback too from Africa. Africa really, they really care about what's going on, even though I feel that, there could be more with that relationship, because, we need allies. We need allies out there. And that's what I, got with our sister Queen, Bantu Blackbird. I got with her, and, we're trying to create some communication out there, because they don't know what's happening to us out there. The last thing they saw was Mike Brown. Well, just now they saw George Floyd. But they don't know how much that killing goes on every day. And I know it goes on over there, and I'm not trying to take anything away from what they're going on over there, but, they're on their own land. We're not. You know what I'm saying? So, we need help as a people. We need help for what we're trying to do and what we're trying to get accomplished. And that's not marching around no building, getting smoke bombs thrown at you and all that stuff. It's over. It's time for that to stop. Either we hit them or we hit them in their pockets, and that's how we should be feeling. That thing is off, Johnny.
It's off.
Yep, the YouTube link.
It's still loaded.
It's
I
still
started
there.
them both at the same time, but it's like last week. It's taking forever.
Oh man, we probably have to upload later. Okay, anyway, so definitely, Sam, we gotta keep into that and keep focused on what's going on with us. You know what I'm saying? And not just here, but abroad. And you know, let's find some different answers and find some different solutions because it's time for that. You know, 2020 is the year of awakening, the age of awakening. So let's wake up. You know. So definitely, and as usual, we got our Sister Melly Queen, and she's gonna be speaking on unity. So Sister Melly Queen.
I want to say salute to all black media platforms. Our brothers and sisters out there spreading the truth. I just want to talk to y'all for a minute, family, and see, you know, what's on our mind. I'm not understanding where this is coming from. Is this psychosis going to ever end, or do y'all even care? There's too much stuff we could be doing right now, and the ignorance is going on. And I'm still not understanding how people that claim to love their children are not even trying to leave them any type of a future. I'm not understanding this by no means. I think about this all the time. Our children need us to pave their way, for us to be the ones that show them or do guide them in some kind of way. Y'all don't even feel guilty about shit no more. Just blatant, just refuse, it's sickness. I mean, it's just sickness to me. And I said, one day, you know, they'll wake up, they'll see. Meaning that one day gonna come. And just want to love these children. I love all of them. Like that.
That's right. Thank you, Sister Melly Queen. Definitely. That's right. And you know, focusing on the kids is definitely what we have to do now. My son just started school this week, and you know, I really didn't want to take him back, but I really don't want to hear the problems and all of this. And he wants to go back himself too, but. You know, I'm really looking for other options for him. You know what I'm saying? Because I think this was a jump start into something we were supposed to keep on doing. You know, our kids are not going to school now, getting indoctrinated and learning all that bullshit. You know, we should keep on. You know, keeping them out and just say, hey, it's the coronavirus. You know what I'm saying? While we're educating them at home. You know what I'm saying? And if it does come back to where we absolutely have to take them back, at least they have this knowledge that they had on this long summer break going into the regular school year about black history, about who they are as people. You know what I'm saying? So definitely. So next up, we got a new sister to Mile High News, and her name is Sister, I'm sorry. I forgot about her.
No, sister could go first.
That's what I was thinking. Okay. Yeah, we got a new sister to Mile High News. Her name is Dom Quinique, and she's going to talk about Give Us Our Harvest from Cotton to Cannabis.
Yes.
So, Sister Dom Quinique, welcome.
Thank you for what you got in my life. This is a prayer. So my name is Dom Quinique. I'm new to Colorado. I was born in Texas and raised in Virginia. I am a registered nurse and I practice critical care and trauma across the U.S. So I'm licensed as a registered nurse in this state, but I also have a badge to work in the cannabis industry. And this is what my observation of what I've just seen would give us a harvest, how I got into it is that this country has had a history of presenting harvests off the sweat of another man's brow, off of our backs, literally. We pick the cotton. John Boehner is now running big cannabis and running it through the U.S. with exclusive shares and excluded us outside this work. Now this country bred us like sheep, cow, and donkey to work a field. And now the new cash crop is literally cannabis. The war on drugs got them this cozy job with no competition. This is the only herb/drug that I have not been able to legally give as a registered nurse that will not have anybody saying I can't breathe. It's white privilege for you to sell weed and not go to jail. If you laid the Confederate U.S. down, the Confederate United States, when it was a Confederacy, and then the legalization of marijuana, you will see that it's not legal where we were picking cotton at all. I know people that are serving time for paraphernalia. So then they're not able to vote. They're not able to go to college and get financial aid. But out here, they're making billions in dollars of cash. I keep saying cash because it's still drug money and it's still hustling. And it's unprotected by the federal government. They are literally trying to change laws while we're making noise about our black lives and names, which this country does not care about. We were brought out here for one purpose, and that was to work that field. So, because literally, big cannabis is so rich, like, for the listeners that are not in Colorado, for the ones that are down south, I want to let you know, marijuana is essential. It's essential. And it wasn't essential when your black ass was selling it. But it's essential when white people are doing it. So then this is what I need us to do. To focus on the unprotected work. And put the pressure on the cannabis industry. Okay, out of 446 dispensaries in the state of Colorado, only one is black owned. There's going to be several licenses that are going to be opening up. They need to be all black owned. And they need to just hand over the seeds like this. Just like they did when they had us picking cotton. And since California and Colorado is on fire, it needs to go right back down south where we were picking it. It needs to just be handed all the way over with any land that we have. I don't know how it's going to work, but they need to give it back. They need to get us all out of prison at the same time. If John Boehner and big white people that had us literally picking cotton back in the day, this is all cash money, not protected by the federal government, literally is still hustling, you need to mush them back off the block. So this is what Give Us the Harvest is about. A brand new foundation and a nonprofit that I just started. I need support, I definitely need soldiers, and I definitely need an executive board calling. Because now the Green Solution wants to talk to me and wants to have a seat at the table. And they are in multiple states. And they monopolize, and they sit underneath a blanket of exclusive shares. And they need to give it back, or we're going to figure out what they're doing with all the cash right now, because it's not being allocated the way it's supposed to. If you go on the marijuana enforcement division.gov in the state of Colorado, you'll just see mishandled billions of dollars. So you got to give the harvest back so we can liberate ourselves and literally take the seeds all the way back to the motherland and help them liberate them. Because literally they can keep it, they buildings and all their nasty stuff, we don't want it. But this is $1 trillion of unprotected work that all we got to do is get it in ourselves. We pick the cotton, we can definitely do the cannabis. So my name is Dawn Quinique, this is Lily of Prayer, and it's Give Us Our Harvest. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, sis. Right on. Definitely. And, you know, I understand what the sister was saying because, you know, marijuana is a cash crop here. And, you know, if we're getting put in jail for it, we should be able to profit off of it. You know what I'm saying? Why are they getting billions and we can't get billions? You know?
I meant to, so sorry, I meant to tell you, Dawn Quinique is Give Us Our Harvest, at giveusOurharvest.com. And if you will follow me at hashtag #GiveUsOurHarvest or just follow my name at Donquinique, and that's spelled DonQuenick. You would just go on the website and just volunteer your time, donate, share. Also, there's a way to just so I get some revenue to get posters and things out and really just start pushing the rhetoric, because even conservatives love the idea. Well, just give us seeds and we'll literally liberate ourselves all the way back home. Wherever that's at, we can do it ourselves. We built this country, we can build our own selves.
That's right. Definitely. That's right. So definitely. Next up, we got our, thank you, Sister Donna. So next up, we got our brother Sharif. He's back, and he's going to be speaking on Kenosha and our brother Jacob Blake. So, Brother Sharif.
Right on. Peace, family. Yeah, like Brother said, I just got back. I was up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, very close to Kenosha, not that far away from Kenosha. And matter of fact, like driving from Milwaukee to Kenosha is probably like driving from here to Boulder or Greeley, something like that. It's fairly close.
Sure.
Now, Milwaukee, man, where I'm from, is it's been voted the most segregated city in the United States of America. 40% of Milwaukee is black, by population, man, 40% of the population of that city, it's a lot of black folks up there. And on the north side of Milwaukee is mainly where the concentration of blacks live at in Milwaukee. Down in Kenosha, you have maybe 100,000 blacks. Kenosha is a smaller city than Milwaukee is, but all up and throughout there, man, it's very racist. It's the Midwest, the Klan, different white supremacist militias, groups operate in those territories up there. Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, has a very strong hold of white supremacists up there. They carry guns. We seen with our brother Jacob Blake, he was breaking up a situation, trying to stop black folks from fighting and killing each other. He broke up a fight. The police arrived, misunderstood, asking him for paperwork, was asking him for his paperwork. He's walking around the car, I guess to get his paperwork or whatever they was barking orders.
Yeah, they'll say something different.
Right. You know what I'm saying? As soon as he opened the car, the police grab him by the shirt and then pump 7 or 8 bullets into his back. Yeah, it's ridiculous, especially, where, in response to that, the community up there, they came out, I guess they burnt down the department.
Indeed.
They burnt down the Department of Corrections. I guess they attacked some other infrastructure in the city or whatever. And last night, the police allowed citizens, white men, citizens, to carry guns and to so-called patrol and serve as security for certain businesses around there. And last night when I seen that article, I said, man, this is like a disaster waiting to happen. Like, I'm from that area, and if you give white people the permission to go out with guns and protect property or businesses, they gonna shoot. And what a lot of people don't understand is that right now, Black Lives Matter, man, has been like hijacked, by white people. It's white people out here basically destroying property, breaking windows, doing all of that kind of lighting stuff on fire and this and that. And they say it's Black Lives Matter. And then
Just like here.
Just by saying black, it implicates all black people and really don't implicate the white people that's out there doing this. Some of them is honorable and doing the right thing, and we applaud the ones that's doing it. But there's other ones out there that's suspected white supremacists, and they act like they Antifa, or they act like they for Black Lives Matter, but they out there to cause confusion so other people get hurt. So last night, you know, you had a situation where a 17-year-old white boy from Illinois crossed state lines with a gun that wasn't his and participated in shooting so-called Black Lives Matter protesters, but they was white. So you got white-on-white violence being sold as Black Lives Matter. It's like a Jedi mind trick. It's like I read this article in the paper. I know I'm down to 1 minute, brother, but the brother said if you felt free to stretch out, I'm going to stretch out a little bit. Because I got to put this thing together.
Sprinkle us.
You got to sprinkle. But the thing about it, man, is they had a protest up in Fort Collins here a couple of weeks ago, and in the paper they put Black Lives Matter protesters get beat up by pro-police, back to blue protesters. And I said, beat up? I said, black, and I was like, man, some pro-Trump people that beat some black folks, and then I read the article and looked at the footage, and it wasn't nothing but white kids out there fighting, but they had labeled it as Black Lives Matter. So I said, I think enough of us was like, man, there wasn't even one black person in the bunch. And I know if it was I know if it was these brothers out here, you know, especially these brothers out here, they ain't getting beat up by no pros.
We got a special guest going up for y'all next.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They not getting beat up, you know? So these are like white-on-white crimes happening, man, and they're using Black Lives Matter to shield, you know, the real kind of civil war that's going on in this, because there's a civil war going on in this country. And just like the old Civil War, they using black people as the spectacle or the cliche word Black Lives Matter and this and that. They're using that, but they're really fighting the war amongst white folks right now. And I don't know where it's going to lead to, but family, I suggest that when you go to these protests, man, you be very leery about who's doing it, who's backing it, who's sponsoring it. And, you know, when it starts getting late, like in the daytime, they let you have a good time at these protests. It's almost like being
walking around dancing.
Summer jam. You know, they playing music, they out there eating and having a good time and everything. Soon as it get dark, the police get aggressive. They start shooting them rubber bullets and that pepper balls and, you know what I'm saying, that tear gas and stuff like that. Right, soon as it gets dark, and then it turns from a protest to actual, they declare a riot. And these people are not playing out there. And when these white militia people go out there to these protests or they're turning a riot, you white people out there, they don't see you as white people like them. They see you as nigger lovers and niggers yourself. That's why that dude pulled out the gun. It usually it take a long time for white people to really shoot other white people. But this dude wasn't even playing, man. Soon as they pushed him on the ground, he got up chopping. Bang, 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 bang. And then the dude put his gun back on, his hat back on, you know, did a sign like that to the police, walked past the police. Police threw him a drink of water. He drank his water, jumped in his whip, drove back to Illinois, and he got caught this morning. Now tell me where they do that. If a brother was out there, shot 3 people, and everybody in the crowd saying, that's him, he shot 3 people, and they let the brother walk.
And he's running with a gun.
Not running, he was strutting. You see the video?
I seen the one run, but there was the people running after him.
Yeah, it was people running after him, but he was strutting. He wasn't running. He did a hand gesture to the police, walked past him. The police was in tanks. They rolled past dude and went and started engaging the protesters, the one that was trying to tell on him. This dude was able to walk past all the police, get in his whip, and drive back home, and they didn't catch him until this morning. Now tell me where they do that at.
So that's where they give you Burger King Whopper after you just killed 9 people in the church.
Hey man, you already know it. One of the white supremacists out there yesterday, he did a video saying, hey, the police told us that they was gonna corral them and send them our way so we could deal with them. that he had the inside scoop that he had got from the police. Like the police we already done confirmed with the police. The police is gonna push the protesters our way, and we gonna deal with them. And they dealt with them.
And this is why I protest outside dispensaries, because 12% of that money goes to pay the police. It's literally the same stuff as plantation, overseeing, they're literally still getting paid.
Definitely.
So you know what I'm saying,
This is
family.
crazy.
Prayers out to this brother Blake and his family. But you know, I heard some coonery coming from his mama today, and Benjamin Crump is standing right up there with her family, and she's talking about.
Always people behind the scenes.
Yeah, but soon as this Negro show up, man, niggas be talking about. I want to pray for the police to kill. Why are you praying for the police to kill you? Your son is paralyzed, can't walk, probably never work again.
Shoot,
Why are you
died.
Yeah, but why are you praying for the police? The police thing got, he on vacation. They give him paid leave. And him and his wife get to
Still do each other.
Yeah, and they got him out of town.
From the waist down.
He's not in Kenosha no more. They done got this dude in Florida or someplace. He kicking it. Why this whole thing blew down? So man, I'm just saying, man, I think black people should practice forgiveness amongst each other and forgive ourselves first before we forgive other people. Every time I see Benjamin Crump, I see Negroes on TV talking about they forgiving the enemy, they forgiving the police. They don't want people out there in the streets rioting. Why is you doing this in my son's name? Because this niggas is jockeying for a change, family. Benjamin Crump that came in and spit the game. Hey, man, now, you want to cause a riot and you ain't going to get no money. Versus, if you just tell these niggas to calm down and trust in Jesus and forget the enemy, we're going to make sure you get about 20 meal tickets out of this. That's basically, and then them niggas jump, okay, you my attorney.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? How many niggas do you see that he represent to be on TV like, fuck their apology, I don't care nothing about no check, I want justice for my son. Zero.
I would like to see that.
And then they be like, well, just go along with the program. We're gonna make sure you can run for mayor in your time. We're gonna get you in politics. You're gonna go meet Oprah and Steve Harvey. You gonna hang. That's what Trayvon and them Obama doing. She running for politics. She hanging out with Oprah. She hanging out with Michelle Obama. You see what I'm saying? So, nigga, do you want to be a celebrity? Do you want that 20 million? Or do you want some justice and freedom? And we can only get that from the Most High, man. We can only get that from God. No, but I see our brothers are here tonight, man, and I got a question for them.
I gotta introduce them first.
I know, but I want them.
They deserve special introduction.
No, but I want them to think about this before they come on, man, because the man said we've been here for 400. This is 401 years.
Yes,
First year, 400.
that was Acts. We're passing.
And I'm saying if God love us and we His chosen people, after the 400th year, we came, y'all, ain't that right? We came over on ships. They said they brought us on ships, right, to Egypt. And they say after 400 years, the God's going to come in and set His people free. Now, are we free already? Did He open the door? We just got to walk through it? I don't know. I want these brothers to focus in on that when they speak tonight.
Yeah.
But that's been my spiel of the day.
Right.
I'm sorry I went over.
Thank you, Brother Reed. Thank you, Brother Reed. Definitely. We gotta keep the focus up, fam, and we really gotta keep our mindset on that we're at war. You know what I'm saying? And now that I speak about war, we got the war room with our general, Brother D. So, General, Brother D.
What's good, Denver? What's good? Family, what's going on? Much love to Dark Op agents. We got some guests in the building. Much love. You know what I'm saying? I'll let them introduce y'all later, but it's good to see y'all. Shout out to my patriots, the QAnons. General Melly, good to hear from you today. and all my other teams that I have in other states and cities right now. I'm not gonna give no love to the other militias right now, man. I got a beef to pick with a few of y'all, especially you NFAC cats. Out of all the drama and stuff that we got going on right now, I can't believe the nerve of Grandmaster Jay and Delta going at it on live online. This is what we're going through right now, okay? I could literally care less what your issues is, what your quarrels is with each other, but all the resumes you guys spit, all the name dropping you guys do, for you guys to go out there, and this is what I mean by false flag, Jimmy. For you guys to go out there and so-called put on a formation for Breonna Taylor's family, right? To find out that you motherfuckers are shooting a goddamn documentary while you supposed to be taking care of fucking business. And lo and behold, your top agents can't get a hold of you, supposedly. Lo and behold, somebody gets shot in the pre-checkout formation line. Not only do we gotta hear your bullshit, we gotta see you online lying as if you the only motherfucker that so-called went to the military. Like you the only motherfucker that so-called on a goddamn AR-15, nigga. Nigga, we ain't stupid. The only difference is between you and niggas like us, nigga, is we don't give a fuck about showing our face and being all on goddamn YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and changing our motherfucking platforms, nigga. We been had thousands of niggas across the U.S. on this shit. But we tired of the protesting, nigga. We show up and pull up and go back home. We don't give a fuck about who filmed it, who took data on it, who showed up, who wrote a motherfucking soliloquy about the shit. We put in work, nigga, and go home. So another black life can go home too. So if you gonna show up in Kentucky and shut down the Derby, nigga, make sure your motherfucking ducks in a row before niggas like us gotta creep out the dark and show you niggas how this shit really supposed to go. Because if you was really about it, nigga, your intel team would already find out where those officers' wife and kids lay their motherfucking head, nigga. You using the wrong leverage with 30,000 members, 3,500 showing up, using your wrong leverage, son. So let's make sure we're not talking about stolen valor, mishandling firearms, the disrespectful treatment of sidearms in the middle of a formation where nobody seems to be trained, checked, or none of that. No liability form signed at all. So chill with the excuses. Delta, if you about to start the NFAR, do it, my nigga. All the militias I'm in contact with ain't heard from none of you niggas. See, you niggas ain't searching for no real killers, man. You ain't searching for no niggas that's really doing this shit. You ain't searching for no motherfuckers that's trying to build a black Wall Street. You ain't searching for no motherfuckers that's out here feeding some real kids, protecting some women. Y'all out there showing out trying to get a check from CNN, I heard. So your new job is to prove us wrong. Nigga, I ain't seen one of you niggas show up in Colorado for Elijah McClain.
Uh-oh.
I ain't seen none of you niggas show up for none of them.
Mm-hmm.
And we closer to y'all than the other protests are. So your time is up. The veil has been lifted. And I'm done talking to you malicious. And no, I'm not done. We ain't gonna talk too much about Killer Kyle Rittenhouse. Just know that they training their kids to not give a fuck too. Now, when you gonna train your kids to not give a fuck? When are you gonna get outraged? And I'm talking to all the organizations, all the households, all the teams, all the squads, all the gangs, Chicago, LA, Texas, Lean City, Brick City, Space City, nigga, 4th, 5th Coast, Florida, NY, 5 boroughs. Where y'all niggas at? The shit's real easy to pop the homie and then throw your gun over the fence when you running from the cops, huh? So you on the clock too. We coming for you niggas too. Crips, Bloods, y'all already know what y'all built on. I don't have to tell you what each letter in y'all gang stand for. You should already know. But it wasn't built on that bullshit. So when we come knocking, nigga, you only got one choice. Get down or lay down. And this ain't NFAC bullshit, bruh. This some real shit. GTAC coming soon. Black on full training and ballistic range, tactical range, and survival center coming up real soon. Hopefully we'll have everything done before the winter's up. We will be giving away some free passes right here, live online here in a few months.
We'll be inside Unity Community coming soon.
Oh, all day. And once again, homework for this week. Get on that Above Majestic documentary.
Oh man.
I'm getting already a ton of emails. I'm trying to respond as quick as I can about all the questions from Fall Cabal and about all your tactical and training bug out bag questions. I got you. Just give me some time. Keep plugging. Keep sending me them emails and them DMs, okay? All right? Stay vigilant. Stay safe, man. Guns up.
Right. Thank you, Brother Jimmy. Right, definitely. You know, and whatever we're doing, you know, that there was a question that, you know, you have to build your army and build your military before we build a community. And, you know, I always let people know, man, we got that handled. You know, we're looking for something else, you know. And, you know, everybody acts like, you know, we can't protect ourselves. There's certain groups and there's certain factions that we're ready, fam. You know, we're moving on to the next stage, which is building something for us. Because a lot of these dudes are here that are out here, they're soldiers without a war. You know what I'm saying? All this that you're doing for your neighborhood and do all that, do that for a community. Get up, stand your post, stand your guard for a community. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to be addressed some more. So next up, we got a special guest. And I thank these brothers for coming out. You know, I've always watched them, you know, on YouTube and on TV. And, you know, I've always admired their unity and you know, how they got down. And, you know, it's really amazing, man. I seen one video where it was like 7,000 of them walking down the street. Man, I almost dropped a tear on that because I've actually never seen that in my life, bro. And I'm 38 years old, real talk. So we got our brothers from Israel United in Christ representing for the Denver chapter. Don't let me say it wrong. Denver chapter of Israel United in Christ. So they're going to come holler at us and let us know what's going on. So brothers, come on up. Definitely. We got a little studio, so we got to switch all out, man.
Sorry, man.
Bear with me. For sure. Thank y'all, man. Definitely.
Excuse me, my bad, bro. Take it off.
I got to make a seat for this.
How much time we got? A minute?
Please, bro. Take all the time you need.
All right, don't praise. Good? All right, all praise. All right, so we're Israel United in Christ. We're a Bible, faith-based organized nation where we believe in the restoration of the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, all right? Real quick, we're going to do a speed round, so we're going to go through a bunch of scriptures. Those we got enough time to do it. Get Zechariah 4:6.
Zechariah chapter 4 and verse 6.
Go ahead.
Then he answered and spake unto me, saying, This is the word of the Lord unto Zerubbabel,
Go ahead.
saying, Not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, saith the Lord of hosts.
So one thing we got to understand, this is not a physical battle, all right? Physical battle we will never win. We've been trying to do physical battle since the beginning of time,
Right.
especially in this country. We will never win. This is a spiritual battle. You can get all the guns you want. You get all the money you want. You get all the power. God says by his might is how we're going to get out of this place. Read that again.
Zechariah chapter 4 and verse 6. Then he answered and spake unto me, saying, This is the word of the Lord unto Zerubbabel, saying, not by might,
not by might,
nor by power,
nor by power,
but by my spirit, saith the Lord of hosts.
the only way that we're going to prosper in this place is we got to come back to the laws of God. We got to come back to our nationality. You are not black. You are not Hispanic. You are not Native American. You are God's chosen people. You are the Israelites. Get Jeremiah chapter 16. Get Jeremiah. Like I said, we're going to speed through this thing. Try to get as many as we can. Jeremiah 16 and verse 10. Read that.
Jeremiah chapter 16 and verse 10. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt show this people all these words, and they shall say unto thee, wherefore hath the Lord pronounced all this great evil against us?
Because the brother earlier, I don't know the brother's name that was sitting here.
Sharif.
Sharif?
Yeah.
He brought up a good point. He brought up a hell of a point. He said, well, if the prophecy said that the Lord would come get us in 400 years, why haven't it came to pass? One thing, that prophecy was not talking about America. That prophecy was talking about Egypt. This is the second Egypt. Read that part again. Read verse 10 again.
Verse 10.
But watch this.
And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt show this people all these words, and they shall say unto thee,
Go ahead.
wherefore hath the Lord pronounced all this great evil against us?
Because that's what we asked the Lord. Lord, why is this happening? Why are we at the bottom of the barrel? Why brothers keep dying daily in the midst of protests?
Right.
Why? Read.
Or what is our iniquity?
What do we do, God? What is the problem you got with us? Read.
Or what is our sin
Go
that
ahead.
we have committed against the Lord our God? Then shalt thou say unto them, because your fathers have forsaken me,
God says your fathers have sinned. Read on.
saith the Lord, and have walked after other gods,
Set up the gods.
and have served them, and have worshipped them, and have forsaken me, and have not kept my
Now
law.
watch this part. Go ahead.
And ye have done
And
worse.
God says we have done worse. The kids have done worse than the forefathers. Read verse 12 again.
And ye have done
God
worse than
says
your
we
fathers.
have done worse than our fathers. Hell, at least during slavery, we knew what unity was. At least during slavery, we had a mother, we had a father, we had grandparents. They all lived in the same house.
We knew who we were.
Unified. We knew who we were. God says we have done worse than Rosa Parks. We have done worse than what's the brother? Martin Luther King. We have done worse than Harriet Tubman. Read verse 12 again.
Verse 12. And ye have done worse than your
We
fathers.
have done worse than our fathers. Read on.
For behold, ye walk every one after the imagination of his evil heart.
I know what that means? That means we are separate. God says you walk after your own imagination of the evil of your heart. Read on.
That they may not hearken unto me.
Hosea 4:1. You walk after Christianity. Oh, praise. You said something about God said love your enemies. God wasn't talking about the white man.
Right.
God was talking about the enemies of your people.
Right.
God says forgive your brother. Hold that. Give me Leviticus 19. God never told us to love our enemies.
So I don't want to interrupt y'all, bro, but so in this, like me, what I'm trying to do with Unity Community right here, I'm trying to actually separate our people. And you know, a lot of us feel y'all where y'all coming from, and I do get down in you know what I'm saying, how we were the Israelites and how the Jews now are the fake Jews. Yeah, I said it. And the Jews are the fake Jews and stuff, but you know, like me, why I started this is really to where we can get to ourselves. And that's why people can't really sit down and really focus on, you know, who we are and what's going on with that because of the, you know, the everyday 9 to 5 hustle and bustle. And, you know, that's exactly why I'm creating this community so we can sit back in it and really take in information. So how do y'all feel on the rules? I mean, not on the rules, but on really just trying to focus on separation in these day and times to really get our mind right and get away from that entity.
And you know what's crazy?
I'll say.
You know what's crazy? Because the Bible actually teaches separation.
Right, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, this is good. I like that. The Bible actually teaches us to separate. Get Zephaniah 21. The Bible is all about separation. But what happened is it's been corrupt by the teachings of the oppressor to say, love everybody. I just hung your mother on a tree, but you're supposed to love me. I just chopped off your father's balls, but you're supposed to love me. That's not in the Bible. Read that, Zephaniah 2.
Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together. O nation not desired.
So God says that it's a nation out there that's not desired. It's a certain set of people that nobody likes.
Right.
Y'all know who that is.
Yeah, God.
Let's see.
It sure enough ain't the China man. It ain't the Arab man.
Right.
It's the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. We are the people that everybody hates.
Right.
Read that again.
Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together. O nation not desired.
Hold that. Get Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse. You know what I want. Get that. Because the Bible's all about separation. Read that. Never trust. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. Okay. Sirach chapter 12 and verse 4. Give to the godly man and help not a sinner.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and verse 10.
Come on.
Never trust thine enemy.
Read it again.
Never trust thine enemy.
That's in the Bible, y'all. The Bible say never trust your enemy. Read.
For like as iron rusted,
But like it's iron rusted,
so is his
how long
wickedness.
did it take iron to rust?
Not
It
very
may
long.
take a day, may take a year, but eventually what's going to happen?
It's gonna rust.
It's going to rust. And that's exactly what these people are showing, that they got rust. Read on.
Though he humble himself
So he humbled himself.
and go crouching, yet take good heed
Take good heed.
and
Be careful.
beware of him,
Read on.
and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass.
God says never trust these people. Ever. Go back. Get Ezekiel 35. Get Ezekiel 35. So the Bible is all about separation. So your platform in the Bible is in. Go ahead. The Bible is all about separation. Read that.
Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 2.
Watch this.
Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir.
Mount Seir is Edom in the Bible. Edom today is a so-called white man, Esau. God says, set thy face against him. Read on.
And prophesy against it,
Teach against him. Read on.
and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee.
Who's against the white man?
I am against thee.
God is against this man. So it ain't hate on our part. That's in the Bible. God says he is against this man. Why? Read on.
And I will stretch out mine hand against thee.
Go ahead.
And I will make thee most desolate.
Uh-huh.
I will lay thy cities waste.
God says these people got it coming. Read on.
And thou shalt be desolate. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Because thou hast had a perpetual
A
hatred.
forever, never-ending hatred. God says these people have a never-ending hatred for the Israelites. Read on.
And you can see it.
You can see it. It's in history.
It don't stop. It don't end even in a pandemic.
Right.
Right.
Think about that. That's heavy. That's heavy. Think about that. Everybody's supposed to be in the
I'm
house.
sorry again, bro.
Now you good.
Yeah.
Everybody in the house, COVID-19, and we still get shot.
We still get killed.
They
I
gonna
need
send our,
some-
they gonna send our kids to
Go
public
ahead,
school.
brother.
I need some clarification on the 400 years.
Okay, we gonna read this, brother.
I need the clarification on the 400 years.
Go ahead, read that.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred. And hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity.
So it says that they have shed the blood of the children of Israel by the sword. The sword today is the gun. That's in the Bible. That's in the Bible. God says, I'm against these people for what they are doing to my children. Read on.
In the time that their iniquity had an end.
Give me Deuteronomy 28. We're going to deal with the brother's question. Give me Deuteronomy 28. Find me that in Genesis. Deuteronomy 28. Excuse me. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 46.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
So this is Moses speaking to the Israelites. Saying the curses was going to be upon you for a sign and for a wonder. Read on.
And upon thy seed forever.
God said they're going to be upon our seed. Children's forever. But there's a stipulation. Read verse 1. 28.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments.
That's the problem right there. As a nation, we don't keep God's commandments. As a nation of people, we despise God's commandments. I give you an example. You got it? All right, hold that. Go to Leviticus 5:1. I give you an example of one of God's commandments that as a nation we hate. Absolutely hate. But we want to change. We won't change, but we don't want to change our morality. Leviticus 5:1.
Leviticus chapter 5 and verse 1. And if a soul sin
It's a commandment of God. Read on.
and hear the voice of swearing and is a
It's
witness,
a witness.
whether he hath seen it or known of it,
Seen it, of known of it. Read on.
if he do not utter it,
If he don't utter it,
then he shall bear his iniquity.
what that sound like, y'all? Read it again for the brothers.
And if a soul sin and hear the voice of swearing and is a witness, whether he hath seen or known of it, if he do not utter it, then he shall bear his iniquity.
What that sound like? Anybody? It's a famous quote in the hood.
You told
Snitches get stitches.
Right, I was thinking that, but
God tells you to snitch. God says if you see some evil going on, you supposed to confess that thing. But in the hood, what we do?
You know,
I ain't got nothing to say. I ain't seen nothing.
So you lay that on
I ain't
yourself
seen
too.
nothing.
Leviticus chapter 5 and verse 1.
That's the law of God that we hate to keep. Read.
And if a soul sin and hear the voice of swearing and is a witness,
It's a witness.
whether he hath seen
Whether you
it
have seen
or known of it,
or known, heard gossip of it happening. Read.
if he do not utter
If
it,
you don't say nothing,
then he shall bear his iniquity.
God gonna judge you for that. This is the hood wrapped up in one verse.
Right.
You snitch, what happened? Oh, now you got JoJo and
So
Bo.
from the global
JoJo and Tony after me now.
Your life at risk.
But God says I'm supposed to tell. Because if I don't tell, that brother's blood is on my
My right.
hands.
Yes, it can.
And not even on my hands, but everybody who know about it, but don't say nothing.
You are your brother.
That's what's going on in the hood. Get Hosea 4:1. That's what's going on. That's just one law. What's up? Yeah. We're going to deal with that 400 years real quick. Hosea 4:1. That's what's going on. But that's a law. That's just one law that we hate to keep. We don't like that law. We don't like that thing. Because we want to do dirt. We want to do dirt, but don't want to be judged for the dirt that we do. Hosea 4:1.
Hosea chapter 4 and verse 1.
Read.
Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of
The
Israel.
children of Israel.
For the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the
The
land.
Lord said he pissed off with us. As a nation, the Lord is pissed. Y'all can see this. Y'all can see what's going on. The Lord is pissed. Read.
Because there is no truth,
That's ain't no truth.
nor mercy,
You know what?
nor mercy.
Oh, wait a minute. So we go to the white man and demand mercy, but we don't give mercy to our own people.
Right.
We protest for mercy. Black Lives Matter, hands up, don't shoot, no justice, no peace. What are you asking for? Mercy. But when a black man step on your Jordans, it's death. That's it. I see you on sight. You know what they say? I'm going to get you on sight.
Capital
No
punishment.
mercy. Don't even look at me wrong. Read that again.
Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. For the Lord hath a controversy
The Lord is angry
with the inhabitants of the land.
with the Israelites, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Read.
Because there is no truth,
There's no truth,
nor mercy,
no mercy,
nor knowledge of God in the land.
no knowledge of God. As a people, we don't know about God. We think we do, but we really don't. We think Christianity is a religion that was ordained of God. It's a religion that was given to you by the same people that hung you behind on trees.
Right,
The same people that put you on boats.
right.
They gave you Christianity. They said, nigga, your name ain't Toby.
No, your name
Oh, your name
ain't
ain't
Kunta.
Your name ain't Kunta Kinte, nigga.
It's Toby.
Your name is Toby.
Right.
Don't speak that African language no more. You're gonna speak English now. Even though you've never been to England,
Right.
but you're gonna speak English. You can't read or write. If I catch you reading or writing, I'm gonna cut your tongue out.
Right.
Then I'm gonna tell you Jesus was white.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you God was white.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you that you gotta forgive me because my white God, which you now who you serve, said if you don't forgive me, you going to hell.
Right.
And you didn't even
Right. And even to this day, what do we still celebrate?
Christmas,
Christmas,
Easter,
Thanksgiving,
all
Easter,
that stuff.
birthday,
Look at God.
Valentine's Day, New Year's Day. We still 4th of July.
Right.
We still in the midst of the same. This is what I'm saying. We want to separate. Why not separate completely? If we want to separate from them, separate from the holiday. God gave us more holy
The holy
days
days in the scripture.
than the white man gave holidays. The white man gave us, what, 7 holidays? God gave us 146 holy days to keep. You got Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread. The Sabbath is every week.
Right.
New moon every month.
Right.
Feast of Tabernacles.
Purim.
Purim. We got all these days that the Lord gave us to really separate ourselves. If we really about separation, the only separation that we can stand on is this. Because this is black unity. This Bible is black, Hispanic, and Native American unity. Read on.
By swearing
Deal with that Genesis.
and lying
And lying.
and
Now
killing
watch this part. And what?
and killing
God says, I don't like y'all because y'all killing each other. Read on. Watch this.
and stealing
And what?
and
Oh,
stealing
y'all some thieves too. Read on.
and committing adultery.
Oh, you sleep with each other's wives. You women sleep with each other's husbands. Read on.
They break out, and blood touches blood,
And what?
and blood touches blood.
What is that called today, y'all? Black on black crime. God says blood touches blood. That means family members killing each other. Give me that. We're going to go to the 400-year prophecy real quick. Because that wasn't talking about today. I was talking about back then. Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 15 and verse 13.
Hold on. Genesis chapter 15
And verse 13.
verse 13. Go ahead.
And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years.
400 years. Now hold on, because that's not talking about now. No, we're not talking about that now, because when did the Hispanics go into slavery? See, we always deal with just the black side of slavery.
That's right, not the
But
Native
the Hispanics
Americans.
and Native Americans went into slavery as well.
Yeah.
That started in 1492.
And that ended last year. So
But hold on now,
And
because
also held us in slavery too.
yeah, but watch this
Native
though.
Americans.
Well, yeah, some of them
And
did,
worse, some
but the
last
majority
month
of
to
them,
release us.
but the majority of them actually freed slaves and made them a part of their tribes.
Yeah.
Married their women off, made them chiefs.
True.
Married their women off. So if we go by the date that our brothers, the so-called Hispanics were enslaved, that's more than 40 years. 1492 to 2020, that's what, 600 some years? That's over, right, that's over 500 years.
500 plus.
So that prophecy in, what was that, Genesis,
Yeah, but
was talking about
Native
the time
Amer-
of Egypt.
But Native Americans didn't work for free for 400
You
years.
say what?
Native Americans didn't pick cotton and work for free and build Washington D.C.
Hold on, go to Deuteronomy 28, watch this.
Tracks and stuff
I'm
like
gonna show you
that.
something. I'm gonna show you something.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show
I
you
mean,
something.
when you
Watch
talk about
Deuteronomy.
Native Americans and Hispanics, they didn't do none of that.
Oh,
shit.
yes, they did. Look it up.
George Zimmerman
Look
was
it up, brother.
Hispanic.
Look it up. No, he was not, actually. He was not. His mother was.
Right.
But his father was a white man. You are what your father is.
Right.
You're not what your mother is. You what your
That's
father
even, that's
is.
even worse.
Go to 28 and verse 31. Watch this.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 31.
These are the curses that was put on the Israelites. Watch this.
Thine ox shall be slain before thine
Go
eyes,
ahead.
and thou shalt not eat thereof.
God says a curse that was going to come upon the Israelites is thine ox shall be slain before thine eyes. Your ox shall be slain before thine eyes. Did that happen to the blacks?
What happened? The ox.
That didn't happen to the blacks.
Did the black folks' livestock get killed?
No. Ox.
Ox.
Ox. Buffalo. Did that happen to the blacks? Who that happened to? Huh? The Native American. The Native American.
But it's, they're pretty much us though.
Right.
You
Right.
know
The
what I'm
majority.
saying? There is no Native American that is truly indigenous that's white here.
Well, of course, yeah.
They're all black.
I believe that. Not all of them are black though. Hosea 7 and 8. Not all of them are black. Hosea 7 and 8. I'm gonna show you.
I know y'all heard about the Dawes rolls and the $5 Indians.
Of course.
And how they
of course.
paid to be
When they were
Indians.
paying them, they were paying them to put them on the list
Right.
of being Native American.
Right. So then that kind of crossed their wires there a little bit.
Not necessarily.
You know what I'm saying?
Not necessarily. Watch this. Hosea 7.
But my-
Hosea chapter 7 and verse 8. Ephraim, he hath mixed himself among the people.
So Ephraim will be the northern kingdom, which are the Hispanics and Native American Indians. They have mixed themselves among the people. Watch this.
Ephraim is a cake not turned.
God says Ephraim is a cake not turned. When you bake a cake, the top of that cake, what color is that cake?
It seems to be lighter.
What color is the bottom?
It's darker.
It's darker. God says there's different shades of Ephraim, meaning the Native Americans, the Hispanics. Hell, when you go to Mexico, you got Mexicans that's blacker than me.
Yeah.
You got Puerto Ricans, you got Dominican, you got Native Americans that's darker
And
than
the
you.
trip part
lighter.
is they're ousted by their I don't want to say upper class, but they're ousted by the lighter
It
Mexicans
is. It
too
seems
as
to
well.
be that way.
Yeah,
Some
yeah.
people
You know what I'm
don't.
saying?
You know why?
So,
You know why?
and that's why when I've heard y'all, say that, Native Americans and Hispanics were in it, it kind of takes me back to that they're not really Native American and Hispanic. They're really, well, you say they're not black, but they're,
They're Israelites.
they're Israelites.
Yeah.
They're melanated.
It's not black.
Yeah.
All Israel is not black.
And see, right.
That's a misconception.
And see, that's what I got
All
a problem
Israel
with
is
too.
not black.
Like, yeah.
That's the misconception that if the only way you can be Israel is if you're black.
So
That's a
basically,
misconception.
basically, brother, I'm saying after 400 years is the Lord our God going to free us.
That happened in Egypt.
So that's something that happened.
That happened when we was in Egypt.
4,000
We came
years
out of
ago.
Egypt. Moses brought us out of Egypt and we walked through the Red Sea. That was that prophecy.
Okay, so
that prophecy
that's
is
not
not for
applicable
now.
today.
No. It is not for today.
So we might go through another 400
Yep.
years.
You know why?
So that brings that to me then.
Go ahead.
The buildings inside.
Can-
What are y'all views on
Can I answer? Can I answer this real quick? The reason why we gonna go through that again
Okay.
is because we don't want to change. We won't change, but we don't want to change ourselves. I'm gonna take Lamentations 4:17.
And if that is too, couldn't one of them punishments be from, I would say, tainting your bloodline?
There's no such thing as tainting your bloodline. No such thing.
If you black or darker skin, your mama, your daddy, your grandpa, all of them,
No.
and you bring somebody white, Edomite into it, that taints your bloodline, right?
No, you are what your father is. Now,
But I'm talking
If
about
you-
the actual, what the police see when they pull up on you. You know what I'm saying?
bruh, if your father is an Israelite, you an Israelite.
Right.
There's no such thing as being mixed. There's no get that number 118.
Hey, why
There's
do
no such thing as
why
being
do the
mixed.
white Jews go by the mama then? Like,
Because they're the devil. They
Right.
full of
Okay,
lies.
speak on that.
Everything they teach is
Sitting here on
not
my
according
news.
to the Bible. Everything they teach is not according to the Bible at all.
but to be a white Jew, it's your mama that gotta be Jewish. Right?
Apparently, yes. Apparently, yes.
But y'all go by the father.
Those niggas are white Jew. They are Jewish. They tell you in their name that they're not.
Yeah, nobody's blackish or Indianish or Mexicanish.
But you know what's crazy? They tell you in their name that they're not the real people.
Frenchish.
I'm Jewish.
Yeah.
I'm a convert. I'm not the real thing. They tell you in their name.
Yeah.
But
And
then when
Jew,
brothers
and
like
Jew is
Nick
really
Cannon-
not the real name of it because Jew is just like
Jew
a part
comes
of a
from-
name from Judah.
Judah,
Yeah.
correct. Correct.
And see, that's what trips me out on
Jew
white
comes
people
from
too. How you gonna be the original Judahs when out of all of them, Judah is the most powerful, right? They're the
Right.
most profound.
Right.
That's the race of
Christ,
Solomon,
and all of
David.
them, right?
Right.
So that's what trips me out on people think that, like, how you gonna be that and you gonna be the highest rank in it? Like, there's a tribe of Dan, right? Well, because you can't be Danish or what's the other? What's the other one? Benjamin. They gotta be that and the highest rank of it too.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
That's how they are. Though. That's how they think. That's how they think. We gonna take over and we gonna be the best of it. We gonna claim to be the kings of the earth. When actually God calls them the scum.
Ish.
They are the worst of the worst. But I told you to
The
read.
kingish is
Read that.
Numbers chapter 1 verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day
Go ahead.
of the second month.
Go ahead.
And they declared their pedigree
Pedigree is their lineage. Read.
after their families
Their families.
by the house of their
So
fathers.
God says you are what your father is.
Right.
Now, concerning interracial marriage, does God, what's the word for? Is God okay with that?
Condone.
Does God condone it? God does not condone interracial marriage. Let's prove that real quick. Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Real quick. 7 and 3. God is
Deuteronomy
not-
chapter 7 and verse 3.
Read.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with
God
them.
says, don't make marriages with the other nations. Read.
Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his
Don't
son,
give your daughter to their sons.
nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
Don't give your son to their daughter. Read on.
For they will turn away thy son from following me.
It will turn away that brother or that sister from standing up for who they are. That's why you see a lot of actors that advocate black unity, but then they go home and sleep with a white woman. They go home and lay down to a white woman.
And what's that say, Cap? Who you sleep with is who you got your allegiance
Yep.
with.
Your allegiance is who you sleep with. Yep, absolutely. So read that. Lamentations 4:17.
Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 17. As for us, our eyes has yet failed for our vain help.
Our eyes have yet failed. I mean, we're looking for something and we just can't find it. Can't find it. Read on.
In our watching, we have watched for a nation
We are looking for another nation.
that could not save us.
God says no other nation can save you.
No.
You can go to the white man, you can chant all you want. You can chant to the China man, you can chant to the Arab man, hell, you can chant to
And that's why you need to be separate.
Putin himself. God
That's why you need
says
to be
you can't do
separate.
it. Absolutely.
Right.
The only
And
way
see,
we
I
can do it
got
is come
another one. And you know, I'm not trying to say nothing or nothing. It's no love lost, but nationwide, how many would y'all say is in your organization?
a lot.
Right. Okay. So on that, we'll take that to, have you all purchased land to bring your people into, to where they're not, you know, dealing with all of that stuff, and they can really focus on, like you said, obeying the laws of you know what I'm saying, of the Most High, and getting the laws, getting into the laws to where they're, you know, seen right in the eyes of God. You know what I'm saying? Or do you guys go home to your single houses? I mean, is there like land to where you guys do it? And then I got another question after that too.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna watch this. Deuteronomy chapter 28. We're gonna go right back. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 48.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies,
Right.
which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things.
One thing we gotta understand is that we can't run from oppression. We'll never, no matter where you go, you can go buy 35,000 acres of land.
That's right.
God says you will never be able to run from oppression. Read on.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck,
Read on.
until he have destroyed thee.
Read on.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far,
Far, watch this.
from the end of the earth,
Uh-huh.
as swift as the eagle flieth.
Who's the eagle today?
The United States, that's the
God
symbol,
says
right?
these nations gonna represent the eagle when we sin against you. We can't run from oppression, man. No matter what you do, you cannot run from oppression. The only way,
And really, in the figure, it's not running. It's really just getting to yourself. And then if they do come, you defend yourself.
Okay.
On our land, we have the right to shoot you.
Yeah.
We have the right to
Let's
shoot
talk
you
about
if
it.
you trespass.
Let's talk about it. Tulsa,
You
Oklahoma.
know?
Tulsa,
Yeah,
Oklahoma.
yeah, Black Wall Street.
They had everything, didn't they?
Yeah.
They had guns.
But it
Hold
was
on.
still actually in 1920. So this is 100 years
That don't
later.
mean nothing. What has
Oh,
changed
we-
since then?
I mean, there's a leverage of how
We
we can get the same tech. You know, we don't have like military. Is that what you're saying? Like they're advanced more than us still, regardless.
we with the stuff, but they are advanced.
They're
But-
more, yeah.
Yeah, we
That's what
are
I'm saying,
advanced,
but-
but we are able to defend ourselves more.
They
Because you think out of the whole
they would
thing of
defend
Tulsa,
themselves too.
Yeah.
They had military too.
So I'm saying,
Yeah, but-
saying 2020,
but, yeah.
us having our own land and being self-sufficient, having our own teachers, our own growers, our own everything. What you're saying is that's not even worth it because they're gonna come fuck it up anyway.
No, I'm saying if we're not keeping the laws of God, it won't work.
That part.
It will never work. If we don't subdue our own understanding and realize that there's no way in hell that I can get along with a drug dealer living next door to me. It's impossible. It's impossible for a community of people, and in that community, you got homosexuals, you got drug dealers, you got gangbangers, you got weed selling. You got
But
dope.
they're in communities like that anyways, though.
You say what?
I said they're in communities, our communities, anyways like that.
Okay.
Why not bring them under one umbrella, and then
Now,
later on in there we can get with our problems. We can face
You
it. Hey,
you guys pull
It
people
has
out
to
of those.
change.
You pull people out
You
of
gotta
those
change
lifestyles
first.
and organizations too, right? So I think the question is probably, and I think we probably want to hear it just from y'all as men, as human beings, without flipping a page. How do you sustain that? Even though we got that, but we saying that, how do you sustain your group? Are you providing for your group? Y'all spending money with each other? Y'all growing your own stuff?
if
Y'all
somebody
own
wants to
land?
run up in there and do
Somebody
some
hit-
toast stuff to y'all,
Do
are y'all
hit
ready?
Your own people, like that's
This-
what we.
you know what I mean?
Hey, listen.
Go
We're
back.
not, I'm not saying what I'm saying is there's people watching.
Yeah, of
And
course.
not everybody understands what level y'all on. So we're gonna get these questions when y'all leave and log off, and we ain't gonna be able to answer this question. Well, what do them men do when they go home to their wives and child? Are they?
Right.
Is it a group of y'all? Is it? That's what my man is trying to ask y'all.
Well,
Y'all own
you
y'all
gotta
stuff?
be specific, like
You practice your Second Amendment rights.
Yeah. Do y'all as a
we
as an
promote.
organization?
We promote
Yeah.
legal. If you able to do it, you do what you
But
gotta
I'm saying
do.
as a group, that's what y'all do. Like, you know. what I'm saying?
No. We don't go around
No,
teaching
not like
people
that,
to,
not like
to
that, but-
go buy AR-15s. We don't do that. You know what I'm saying? We teach repentance. Because at the end of the day, you can have a militia of people that know how to shoot, know got their own land, know how to crop, know how to do all that. But if I can't trust you,
And what we're saying is there a way to get that?
keep
The
going.
whole. Yeah. With that.
That's the answer.
With
But that's
that
the answer.
element.
That's the answer.
And we saying, how do we merge those and get those teachings? Because there's people out there that just need that. That's what's left. They got everything else to bring to the table. They might just need that.
And that's right. And that's like I'm
if
saying.
those-
That's it.
In a community, and it can be separate but equal type stuff. We got our brothers from the United Israel Christ over here. We got some of our Christians over here. We got some of this over there. We got some of our. But listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
But we all come together as one for the love of our people.
It can happen.
And see,
This is why.
but it happens for them though, bro. It happens for the Edomites though.
Because they all on one accord. They all collectively trying to destroy us. They all collectively trying to destroy us.
What they saying is to get on one accord, then you would have to follow the commandments
That's it.
and come into the house of Israel.
That's it. You got to come back to your nationality. We ain't giving you that. It's already
But the
yours.
nationality is that of a Hebrew Israelite.
It's an
right?
Israelite, absolutely. That's who you are. That's who you are. But give me Amos 3.
That's what they want to hear right there.
Amos chapter 3 and verse 3.
Go ahead, watch this.
Can two walk together except they be agreed?
I can't walk with brothers that I don't agree with.
But even we would say, I don't want to call him Jesus' name is Yeshua.
That's fine. No, I ain't
Right.
no issue with that.
Yeah, even Jesus himself walked with bums, murderers, killers.
Jesus walked with 12.
You
Jesus
know?
only had 12.
No, I'm talking about
He had
the
followers.
people he okay,
He had followers, but he had
we'll
a
put it in
close
those
knit of
terms.
12.
Right.
And he was only close to 2 of them.
Right. Right. But he still would be around the likes of people that were, you know what I'm saying?
Jesus went around
Beggars,
people to
thieves,
teach, right,
and
to teach
everything,
them,
right.
and he was gone.
Right.
He taught them repentance, and he was out of there. The whole point, and I understand what all y'all saying,
Right.
but when you talk about unity, right? Talk about unity. Give me, hold that. Hold that. Go to Thessalonians. Hold on, let me find it. Go to Second
Let me just
Thessalonians.
remind everybody, we got
2:1.
about 13 more minutes in the room.
Okay, yes sir, sorry.
We gotta be out of here at 10 o'clock.
Yes sir.
So realistically, about 9.
9 minutes. Second Thessalonians 2:1, read that.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ, and by our gathering together
By what?
and by our gathering together unto him.
The only way we can come together is we got to gather unto Christ.
So in here.
We got to gather unto him. So I mean, we got to let go of the things that our flesh love to do.
That part.
We got to let that stuff go, and that's something we don't want to do. We think we can merge everything together and still be able to function in our own sins it ain't gonna work.
So you're saying that we can't do that because we are the children, we're the children of God, right?
Right. And not
We're
only that,
supposed to be all on here. We can't do it because the Edomites, they do it every day. You know what I'm saying? You go in their town, they got, you know, your Spanish town, your French town, your German town, your Italian town. They don't, you know what I'm saying? They all come together as one economically.
it's a reason why.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a reason.
He's saying because they base
Amos
it
3.
every day. They're saying their mentality is to kill us anyway.
That's it.
They're
They all want to
all
go with
one
that.
accord. Right.
They all want to go with
That's
that.
their energy.
Right.
Right.
That's
the
their
thing.
drive.
He
No,
said,
I can feel that.
They driving to keep us on the bottom.
Oh, we got
As long as they do that,
a
so they
comment.
don't care who's around.
They don't
because
give a damn.
We got a comment from one of our top
And you know what they
fans.
do? They push out blacks, push them out, bring in their own
Right.
people.
Yeah, we got a comment from one of our top fans, Brother Woo Woo God Man. He said, I'm listening to you brothers and it saddens me because religion is a drug that puts people to sleep. The biggest fear is a black man learning the technology to protect himself and his family against foreign and domestic enemies.
I agree with that. Religion is a drug.
That's right.
We
Right,
just-
Brother Woo.
It's history. It's a history book. We just show you your history.
Right.
See, that's what I'm saying. When people hear the Bible,
That ain't religion.
the white man said the Bible equals church, religion, Christianity.
Right.
The Bible is just another name for your history,
Right.
black history.
And I get it. That's what really the teachings of that you guys are teaching, that it's not a religion, it's really a bloodline.
Absolutely.
That we're coming from. No, and I feel that totally. I know my wife's listening like, I wish I was there. We go all that. We go through all the
hashtags
time.
and t-shirts, but that's the punchline that people need to hear to get their attention. Because they don't get this
Yeah.
when y'all out. They don't get to interact. They interact with y'all out of anger and out of I know
Right.
he didn't say that. You see what I'm saying? 'Cause I
Right.
watched it.
Oh yeah.
And it almost is a turn off to me. But when you get you guys in the building and you get to interact and you talk like they talk out there, because I'm talking for them, everything you said makes sense.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
It's totally different. But that punchline you just used, and you nailed it with that
Oh,
shit.
praise.
You nailed it.
Read that real quick.
Amos chapter 3 and verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel,
Children of Israel.
against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt,
Watch this.
saying,
Read.
You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
Watch this.
Therefore I will punish you for all your
This
iniquities.
your son, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got rules and stipulations that you give your son.
Oh yeah.
Right? You got your rules and stipulations.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You say, hey, you need to be in a house by this time. I don't know, that was a rule, but that was a rule when I was
Oh
little.
yeah.
When I was-
Oh,
You need to
it's
be in the
cool
house.
right now. Best believe.
You need to be in the house at this
Say
time.
something. Say something.
8 o'clock, right? Let's just say
Before
8
the
o'clock.
lights go
Let's just
out.
say before the lights go out.
Right.
The lights off, the lights on,
You better be.
and your son is in the house. You go out looking for your son. Wait a minute, hold on, brother. What the hell going on?
Yeah.
You see your son with a group of friends. Who do you discipline? Your son,
Son.
or you discipline his friends? Which one?
Your son.
Why?
Because he's yours.
Because he belonged to you.
That's right.
God said, hold on, read that again. Read verse 2 again.
You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
God says, out of all the nations of the earth, I only deal with Israel, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And because I only deal with you, read on,
Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities.
that's why what's happening to us ain't happening to no other nation. Ain't happened just like y'all brought up how the white boy with the AR-15 can walk past a cop after just killing two people, three people.
Yeah.
You think that can happen to us? They'd have sniped him from a mile away.
Under that water truck we did.
Right. They'd have hit him with a gas tank. They would have gave him the water.
Oh.
They would have threw acid on him or something. But God says that I only deal with you. Therefore, what y'all going through, that's going to show y'all that y'all belong to me. All these violence and killings and murderers and even with COVID-19, right?
Yeah.
COVID-19 hit an Asian country first before it hit Black America. As a nation, statistically, it killed more blacks than it did Asians. How? How, supposedly. But how is that even possible? How?
It's a plan. It's a plot.
It's a plot. It's always been a plot. You got what's it called? The Tuskegee experiment. You got the Michigan Flint water. You got the abortion.
Even down to Sister Henrietta Lacks.
Right.
Yeah.
They still got. Her cells
are still floating around right now to this day.
I'm an old nurse, but medicine don't work the same on us.
Yeah.
But we gotta understand why all this stuff is happening. We gotta change, bro. Get Romans 12:2. We understand. Oh, what is it?
You got 30 seconds.
All right, let's go. Romans 12:2.
We'll have a part 2.
Oh yeah, definitely got to read.
Romans chapter 12 and verse 2.
So this is what we must understand as a people. Romans 12:2.
And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your
We gotta
mind.
change our mindset. We gotta change our mindset. I mean, we gotta look at each other as brothers. That's my brother. That's my sister. Let me stop whoring out my sister and marry her. Let me raise my kids right.
That's right.
Come on, get there.
Let me stop selling dope. Let me stop getting abortions. Hell, more black men were killed in the womb than out the womb. Why don't we talk about that? If Black Lives Matter, why do Black Lives Matter promote abortions? If Black Lives Matter, why do the originators of Black Lives Matter is black lesbian women? How can you create more black babies when you are married to a woman? But Black Lives Matter. That makes no sense at all. That makes no sense at all. So what we gotta do, we gotta change our mindset. That's the only way we're gonna make it out of here. That's it. Appreciate the time.
Definitely. Thank y'all. Thank y'all, brother.
Thank y'all for having us.
Definitely. Appreciate y'all for having us. Hey, y'all always welcome.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Larry. We appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
25.
We appreciate it.
Hey, yes, sir. Definitely.
Whenever y'all, yeah, it's good.
You can hear most of the shit.
Yeah, we got to do it.
So we're gonna end it off right quick. Thank y'all. We would have had it ready for you next to your brother Jesse, not letting us know. I'm like, what?
We're gonna close this thing.
Yeah. Y'all want to try it?
We're gonna have to. Come on, let's close this. Shaheed, we're gonna close this?
All right, thank y'all again, brother. Thank y'all.
Thank you again.
Somebody want to walk the sister out?
Thank you. Thank you for asking.
Thank you, definitely. So we'll have you back to that sister circle. We have a sister circle, and you know what I'm saying? We get all the sisters in, and they.
Yes.
Next week's the sister circle.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
It'll be on Tuesday, not Wednesday.
Tuesday, yeah, that's something I never did anything before.
Definitely.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Get liberated.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Are they gentlemen, they going this way?
Yeah, out the front door. The brother with the red t-shirt.
Thank you, brother. Woo got me here. I didn't want to put your question though. We're not starting the debates today.
Yes.
We're not starting the debates, but thank you though, bro. Because I've always had a lot of questions for those brothers too. You know what I'm saying? Me and my wife, we sit there and watch them, and I love their unity. I love their, you know what I'm saying? Their get up and their discipline. They get up and go, and you know what I'm saying? They down for their people, but you know, we gotta get out of this religion. You know, I was already trapped in a religion since I was a kid, and I swore I'm never going back to that. So you know, me myself, I believe in the Most High God, and you know everything else is it comes from that. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, I'm still on my journey, but you know what I'm saying? I just don't want to get trapped in this stuff. So we'll say that as that. So one day I'll come and join you brothers. Yeah, definitely, brother. Woo woo. Yeah, for sure. So, did y'all want to get anything in?
You gotta do tangible.
I gotta do tangible.
Oh yeah, we got. Well, since Jesse brought everybody up, we cut into his part. So we got our brother, Jesse for with Tangibles 2020 and the homeless sweeps. Brother Jesse.
Thank you, Brother Noble. Thank you to the sister and the brothers that came out tonight. Family, this is the decade and year of tangibles. The Democrats see that we are dead serious about our tangibles, and we are down to withhold our votes until our tangibles are met. Foundational Black Americans, American descendants of slavery, are no longer going to be maligned, neglected by the two-party system. So we are preparing ourselves for the collapse of the two-party system, and if we do not vote in this November election, that's exactly what's going to happen. So Trump, Biden, Kamala, Kanye, any of them that's running for president that want the black vote, they're going to have to produce tangibles, specifically for foundational Black Americans, American descendants of slavery, the people that built this country, people that have lineage in this country, that trace their lineage back to the killing fields of the South. We are owed our reparations, and we are demanding, and we're to the point of taking our reparations. So you can either cut the check, or we're going to sit this election out, and y'all can deal with that. And everybody can be at the bottom, because y'all want to keep us at the bottom. The days are over of us being at the bottom. We are rising to the top. We're going to gain our throne, and enough of this madness. So you want the black vote, don't come looking for the black vote unless you have tangibles and a black agenda. And we are demanding $100 trillion for past, present, and future atrocities that have been brought against our people and continue to be brought against our people. So any of you politicians that are seeking a black vote, best believe we are not going to vote for you if you do not have a black agenda and you do not produce tangibles specifically for us. So that's Tangibles 2020. In the past 2 days, family, Denver, Colorado has shown and proved they do not care about the unhoused people. Like I stated on previous shows, we make up 10% of the population in Denver, but yet we make up 40% of the unhoused population. That's by design. Rapid gentrification, ethnic cleansing is all resulted in this mass homelessness that Denver is experiencing right now. And it's not just Denver, it's nationwide, if not worldwide. So I was at 2 sweeps this past week. 4 people got arrested. None of them were black. It was white kids out there, anarchists. They got arrested. They arrested one Native American person. I filmed the whole thing. The mayor is steadfast on these sweeps. These are sweeps. These are not cleanups. They're sweeps. They're sweeping whole people like trash, whole communities. Today, the past 2 days, over 200 people were displaced as a result of these sweeps. As a result of this military force by the DPD and Public Works and Hazmat. So, in conclusion, the sweeps need to stop. Mayor Hancock needs to resign. If he does not resign, the chaos and riots are going to continue in the streets. Because enough is enough of this madness. You got 26,000 vacant luxury apartments in this town alone. There's no reason why anybody that is unhoused currently in the city and county of Denver that wants a home should not have a home. So we are demanding attainable housing, not affordable, because when they say affordable, that can mean anything. We're demanding attainable, accessible housing for those that have been displaced due to rampant gentrification throughout the city. If you do not meet our demands, then it's going to be World War III, Kenosha, Portland, you name it, is coming to Denver. So that's all I have tonight, family. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to the YouTube and Facebook pages.
That's right.
All right.
That's right, definitely, family. We gotta stick to it, stick to our guns, and I'm seeing a lot of people in the chat, and I got love for all our people, bro. So I'm gonna bring in different fractions and different people. You know what I'm saying? But it's all together. Just what this means right here. What this shirt says: unity, community. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I don't care what your religion is, Just like I said, as long as you have that.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm like, who is that? My bad. Yeah, as long as you have that general love for our people, that's really all I care about. That's really all we should care about, you know. Other people feel different ways, but hey. You know, so next up we got our brother Sekou in Sekou's Corner. Brother Sekou.
Okay. First of all, thank you for all who have shared and for all that who have listened. And for being present and for our listening audience. We give
so just still call it. It might just vibrate.
You much love for being willing to listen. Listen. We are building a united front with open dialogue where we give folks a place to share and to learn and to come to understand who we are and where we're at. And when you look at the diversity of thoughts and codes of conducts and interpretations of history, we come from different places to get to an understanding so that our understanding is holistic. It's not about what I think or what you think, it's about what we think, and then we move out from that collective thought to a action that will be productive for all of us. And we all can make a contribution to that. And so, to close this thing out for tonight, we will continue doing what we're doing. Nobody else is doing what we're doing. No one else will give a platform to folks like we do unconditionally and share what you have to share, and then we question that so we can get us an understanding, so the people can get understanding, and more shall be revealed. So as Brother Sharif would say, hey, we got to go into the stacks. Now you got an introduction to different bodies of thought. Now, go do the research, come up with your own understanding of that, and then share that so we can build a pyramid of a new way of living. And we're beginning that process and continuing that process. And I wish we had more time to do that with, because you get a greater understanding with smaller group understanding than you will having masses of rallies. Because now it's a question of what we're going to do with the information. See? And now there's a lot of folks that aren't afraid about what they're talking about because he made it real clear. This is not religion, this is history. This is what we come from. And how you going to be mad at that? See? And there's a lot of joy, there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of engagement, and this is the education process that we could do, and we don't have to wait for our enemy for that. We can just do that. See? We can just do that. So we'll continue on doing what we're doing, continue on supporting Mile High News, because now you can see what we are doing.
Like, subscribe, share, right down there.
Is what we're doing. Now, listen, even if you ain't got no money, you can do a thumbs up and hit subscribe, man. You know what I'm saying? You can do that. To do this thing, it requires us to do the little things. Do the little things. And after this body of knowledge and information, if you can't do that, then keep on listening and keep on tuning in. Because we got to get to a collective action of doing the little things that will add up and make it big. This is ours. It belongs to us. And we want to thank Brother Turner for having the courage to open it up. You know what I'm saying? To open it up to scrutiny. To what we're doing, what they're doing, everything can be investigated and looked at critically. without being critical. And so I learned a lot tonight. And with that, ready for the revolution?
Yes, sir.
Every day, all the time.
Definitely. And like Brother Sekou said, that's what we're here for, Phil. We want to get everybody's aspect. We want to get everybody going. That's what unity is about. You know, that was like another question I wanted to ask the brothers. Like, you know, you got 70, 80,000 people. Them people can give just $1, and we can create communities to where, never mind. So, thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, we got the Unity Community merch here. So, if you donate $20 or more, we got your, with the Unity Community shirt. And we got the hoodies for $30 or more donation. You know, we're trying to do something, fam. You know what I'm saying? We're always accepting donation for our Mile High News here, so we can, you know, keep on bringing y'all this truth. And like I always say, fam, we love y'all. Mile High News is if there wasn't no y'all, it wouldn't be no us. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all talking about the free thinkers, the people who are thinking outside of the box, outside of this bullshit that we've been taught, and we're steadily getting taught every day. So. Peace, love, and black empowerment. We will see y'all next week for the Sister Circle. Peace.